All right, so I just got done watching the fight. I only had 1 minute left, so I took it off to do this review. But the fight was very close. I feel that both guys did a very good job with this fight. I didn't think that either of them did anything to really separate themselves from each other. So the fight was pretty close. I mean, I'll be okay with a draw, or I'll be okay with Morales winning because I kind of liked the takedowns that he was going for. I think he was a little bit more active in the third round. That's probably why I think he won. But I mean, it was a close fight, man. Like, I don't know who won this fight. Like, seriously, it's not even possible for me to call this fight because, like, the fight was so close. Like, I mean, seriously, I don't even know what the official decision is right now. Let's see. Let me see what the official decision from the judges is. But I mean, Morales, Rodriguez. I mean, whoever wins this fight should be happy that should be happy that they put in a good performance because they did, man. They put in a really good performance. Both guys put in a really good performance. I mean, I really liked the pull counter from Rodriguez, and I liked how Morales is just coming forward with reckless abandonment and just throwing a lot of punches. You know, he's trying to be very active in the last round, trying to take him out. But the thing about UFC is that it's just evolved so much that both guys are always gonna be, especially at bantamweight, all of the fighters are very well rounded. So it's gonna be hard for you to find someone that doesn't know how to wrestle or doesn't know how to fight off their back or doesn't know how to avoid submissions. You're gonna find people like that all over the place. Like everybody is pretty well rounded at the smaller weight classes. You know, it's the heavyweights and the light heavyweights and stuff like that. Those are the guys that are not as well rounded because when you're a heavyweight, one thing you really need to know is how to kick and how to like avoid the grappling and defend takedowns. So yeah, I think that Morales probably should have used his wrestling a little bit more, probably push the pace a bit more. You know, trying to make Draco Rodriguez a bit more tired because in the third round he didn't really look tired. He looked okay. You know, that's the thing about these 3 round fights. You gotta like push the pace on these motherfuckers to try and make them tired a little bit more. You don't just let them. You don't just let them get comfortable. You don't let them be comfortable, and you do not want these guys to be comfortable because they are in very good shape and they're not gonna be tired after 1 round or 2 rounds or it was pretty much a sparring match. Like I didn't think it was even a fight. Like it was pretty boring. They waited until the last 15 seconds. Right now they're really banging, but the last 15 seconds, I mean, they had a lot more in the tank. They could have really pushed harder during the first minute or the first round or the second round. The fight was pretty boring. Um, Nothing really happened in this fight. Like both guys didn't really do shit. There was a couple flurries here and there from both people, but most of the time they were just sitting back and watching each other. I guess they were more impressed with each other's physiques than the actual fight, which you know is not surprising to me because you know people that tend to not want to get punched in the face. But I do think Morales won this fight 2 rounds to 1 or 3 rounds to nothing. It was pretty boring. They didn't really try to put themselves in danger. They just went. They just really basically, you know, didn't actually take any damage. Didn't try to get the finish, anything like that. It was basically pretty boring. Pretty boring. Not that entertaining. Just kind of boring, really, to be honest with you. I didn't see anything here that made me think, oh wow, I'm gonna want to watch another UFC fight from now on. No, it just wasn't that good. maybe you guys will be interested in intrigued by this, but I've watched many UFC fights. This fight was boring, man. Like there was nothing here that made me think, oh my god, I want to watch another UFC fight. These motherfuckers waited until the last 15 seconds to actually fight. I mean, I think both fighters wish they probably did more because they both had a lot in the tank here. Like in the third round, they weren't even tired, like not even close to being tired. Because if you don't put any output out, then of course you're not going to be tired because you have so much more energy because you have a lot of energy left and you're not even willing to expend that energy for a fight. Dude, you're not even going to be fighting again. Motherfucker, fight harder until you can't fight. That's the whole point. Shit, or at least fight harder than the next guy because you want to win the fight. But it seemed like both guys just didn't want to take any damage and didn't really want to finish the fight. So it is what it is, man. You know, Dana White needs to stop putting more incentives out for these fighters because if he doesn't, it's just gonna keep being like this, and eventually we're gonna start seeing more and more fighters just take the easy route, which is to just be a bitch and moan, complain about fighter pay, but not actually put in the work to get paid. Like imagine crying and bitching and moaning about fighter pay, but putting in a performance like this. What kind of performance is this? It wasn't even a performance that you could say is worthy of the amount of money that you get paid per fight. It's pretty embarrassing for you to call yourself an MMA fighter and you put in a performance like this, man. So who won the fight? Let's see the official decision. Who do they say won the fight? Let me see. Let's see here. I think Morales won. Okay, yeah, Morales won on points. The official decision says Morales won the fight. And I would tend to agree. I mean, I think the wrestling won him the fight. There was no control time, but those wrestling exchanges and a bit more activity won him the fight, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say, man. This guy,